All Coronation Street spoilers for subsequent week as a legend waves goodbye. Monday, June 2nd. Eileen indicates George and Jason an editorial through the Gazette on her phone. Which means that the commercial enterprise is worried in a coverage scam. Worried, he tells Todd, but who became at the back of the article? Jason chats up Danielle in the Rovers. When he mentions his brother's name, Danielle is stunned, however manages to hold a directly face. Later, Jason shows to Eileen that she circulate to Thailand to be his commercial enterprise partner. Will she agree? In a try and make Steve McDonald jealous, Tracy flirts with Carl on the garage. When he receives a textual content from Fiona arranging to meet, Abby assumes it is a lady friend and grows jealous. Later, while Fiona arrives on the garage, Tracy overhears Carl describe himself because the boss. What does he have planned? A stressed-out Sean tells Lou Michaelis that Dylan is domestic from the STC tomorrow. He warns her that he does not need any trouble. Will she agree? Sally Webster tells Tim that she's playing having the residents to themselves again. Guilty Tim says not anything approximately his fostering meeting. Later, Sally returns domestic to locate the residents spotless and Tim in his pleasant shirt. When the doorbell rings, she's stunned to discover a social employee status there. Will she go with Tim's plan? Wednesday, June 4th. Watching Carl as he flirts with Tracy. Abby waits till he is long past, after which tells her that he is a serial womanizer. Later, Carl confronts Abby over her interfering, and accuses her of fancying him. She denies this, and threatens to inform Kevin if he does not return off. He says that it is time she began out being sincere with herself and movements in for a kiss. Eileen turns down Jason's provide of a circulate to Thailand, telling him that George might in no way agree to transport. Later, while Jason repeats what Eileen said, George is thrown. He will pay a go to the cab workplace and tells her that he is organized to transport to Thailand and has even booked them a vacation for tomorrow, with a view to test out the lay of the land. Elsewhere, Todd introduces Theo to Summer and Asha. Asha asks if Theo is his new man, leaving them each thrown. How will Theo react? Sean is eager to have a good time Dylan's launch from the STC with a lunch on the bistro. However, Dylan counters with a low-key lunch on the cafe instead. When Brody enters the cafe, Sean guarantees Dylan that he will shield him. However, Dylan tells him that Brody's the only who need to be concerned. Afterwards, Dylan follows Brody into the Ginnel. Tim fails to make amends with Sally. Hearing that the debts on the pub are a mess, Sally gives to lend a hand. She tells Glenda Shuttleworth that Tim desires to foster a child, however is concerned that they may be too old. Can Glenda alternate her mind? Debbie Webster struggles counting out her alternate with inside the shop. When Ronnie Bailey gives to help, she snaps at him. Friday, June 6th. With Millie having stayed the night, Eileen warns Todd that he may grow to be turning into accountable for her. Theo tells Millie that her mum needs her to return back domestic, however Millie will handiest pass returned if Theo is going with her. He shall wee his daughter down gently, telling her that he cannot stay a lie anymore, and desires to be with Todd. Seeing Eileen's response to Theo's communication with Millie, George concerns approximately his relationship. When he confides in Steve, it will become clean that he is aware of greater than he is letting on. Later, Eileen tells George that the police have closed the case and well-known shows that she will take Jason up on his provide in Thailand. But will George be going too? Dee Bailey tells Ed that she's targeted on making sure higher education for midwives. He concerns that it is an excessive amount of too quickly, while she well-known shows how she's taken on a custody case. Later, she tells Daniel that she is aware of it became the proper choice to allow James take Layla. As they head off, James climbs out of a taxi, sporting her daughter. Is she regretting her choice? Kevin notices how uncomfortable Abby appears while Debbie and Carl swing through with bacon sandwiches. When Debbie speaks of an sad patron on the garage, Carl shuts down the communication, leaving Kevin suspicious. Later, Leanne Battersby thank you Ronnie for the mortgage of a drill. As he turns around, he sees Debbie looking them. Can he persuade her to open up? Sean tells Dylan that the university are inclined to take him returned. However, Dylan is dismissive. Later, he spots Brody, who's laying into Betsy for reporting his shoplifting antics to the police. As he's taking a step toward her, Dylan involves her aide. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.